Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for the NFL NFC Championship game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday, January 30th, 2022. My name is Steve. We're going to have two picks for this game, which I think are great value bets, as well as a same game parlay, which I think has a great chance to cash. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 2,000 subscribers here by the end of the week, and I can't do it without your help. Be sure to also drop your favorite pick down below for this game in the comment section. Would love to hear what you guys are playing. If you'd like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Be sure to also check out our community Discord, guys. It's a great place to connect with our community and to get new ideas for bets. We really do have a lot of fun in the Discord. There's a lot of people, I'm sure, that can attest to that. The Discord is always a lot of fun. So, highly encourage you to check that out. Now, a quick shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. Gotta get the bag. Shane Davis, Wilkie, One Must Fall, Arthur Shaw, and Zach Green. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate all of you here at the channel for your support. I really do. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP or in checking that out, there's a link down below. Where it says join. There'll also be a link in the description and in the comment section as well where you can check that out. Okay, now without further ado, let's get right into our picks, guys. Let's crush it here today. We already got our video out for the AFC Championship, so let's crush it here in the NFC Championship as well. We're going to have a lot of fun betting tomorrow, or today, depending on when you're watching this. But let's get right into it, guys. Getting right into our picks at number one. We are going with George Kittle under 52.5 receiving yards here for the San Francisco 49ers at minus 114 odds. I don't think I ever thought I would take an under like this on George Kittle, to be honest with you. But a lot of convincing data here to the under, guys. George Kittle 4-1 in his last 5 games overall to the under. 4-1 to this under in his career in the playoffs as well. So when it comes to George Kittle in the playoffs, his production has been rather light. He did have 60 plus yards last week, but still had a pretty low target count with just the 4 catches there last week. So honestly, I still love our odds here cashing the under. We know the San Francisco 49ers want to run the football. That's just what they want to do. They're not really looking to throw it all that much. And if they do throw it, they've been throwing it a lot to Deebo Samuel, primarily. So, on the season, 49ers, 30th out of 32 NFL teams in pass-to-run ratios. That means they like to run the ball a lot more than pass. It's pretty close, actually, to 50%, which is amazing in today's NFL. With Kittle, one of the bigger things I was looking at here, he has just 27 targets in his last 6 games. That's just over, about 4.5 targets a game. That's not great. They're not even really looking his way all that much, and that's really why I love the bet, right? 4.5 targets. So even if he catches 4 passes, what's the likelihood that he's up over 50 yards? I mean, there's a good chance, but man, it's like that's a very low target count. Not sure why they haven't been getting him as involved. George Kittle is really important to their offense. He's obviously a great run blocker as well. So, I mean, that's, you get a lot of service out of George Kittle. But obviously they love to run the football. A new revolution here in San Francisco. Deebo Samuel's also running the football, so more carries are going to him. So even more ways for them to get the ball in Deebo Samuel's hand and run the football even more. Kittle 2-0 to this under versus the Los Angeles Rams this year as well. So obviously I love seeing that. It's about an average matchup as far as, on the season. Rams are 17th best in yards allowed versus tight ends, which is solid. But like I said, Kittle is already 2-0 to this under. And like I said, with his target count the way it is, I really just think this under is going to cash. And we're going to see a lot of running of the football here from the 49ers. So, love it there for our number one pick. George Kittle under 52.5 receiving yards here for the San Francisco 49ers at minus 114 odds. Okay, and finally at number 2, we are going with Matthew Stafford over 2.5 rushing yards here for the Rams at minus 114 odds. So I actually played this line last week, guys. There was a lot of convincing data to play this line, and he actually cashed for me last week with 6 yards. And he got another rushing touchdown. Back-to-back weeks with a rushing touchdown here for Stafford. And the mentality with this bet, guys, is Stafford's in the NFC Championship game, right? So what would that really say to Stafford's motivation? He's going to do whatever it takes to get to the Super Bowl. I really believe that. He's going to put his body on the line. That means he has to run the football to get the first down. He's going to do it. And I think he's going to do it with some heart, honestly. And so so far, Stafford, his career in the playoffs, he's cashed this in 4 out of 5 playoff games. which really, like I said, doesn't come as a surprise to me. We see quarterbacks do this a lot because things tensen up in the playoffs, and sometimes you just got to go get that first down and put your body on the line. Whereas in the regular season, you may not see that as much because quarterbacks want to protect the body, but not this time of the year. It's do or die. It's now or never. Especially for a guy like Stafford who's later in his career, and the motivation just gets higher. With a game like this in the NFC Championship. So definitely see him cashing this. On the season, the San Francisco 49ers allow the 8th most rushing yards to quarterbacks, so obviously love seeing that as well. So far, Stafford has had 10 carries in the playoffs. Now, to give you some perspective on how big of a deal that is, he had just 10 carries in the last 8 weeks of the NFL season. He wasn't really looking to run it at all most of the season, actually. But here in the playoffs, like I said, 10 carries. When he's getting an opportunity, he's going to, like I said, he's going to lay out and try to get that first down. It's interesting, he's actually scored a rushing touchdown each of the last 2 weeks, too. You could play that at plus 850. Very juicy line there. Opposing quarterbacks have cashed this line in 6 of the last 8 games versus the 49ers as well, so we obviously love to see that. And like I said, Stafford puts it on the line, guys. I'm actually a big fan of his. I really do like Matthew Stafford. You can tell I got my Lions board in the background here. Really sad to see him go, but I'm happy for him. I honestly hope he advances. So take it there for your number 2 pick, Matthew Stafford, over 2.5 rushing yards here for the Los Angeles Rams at minus 114 odds. Okay, guys, it's time once again to make way for the same game parlay. So what we have here, guys, is 3 selections I really love. Obviously, Cooper Kupp, anytime touchdown. The guy has been an absolute beast this year. He scores just about every game. He's cashed this line in 7 of his last 8 games, including 1 out of 2 versus the 49ers this year. He's had 20 targets versus the 49ers this year. So obviously, I'll take that. I'll take him to get a touchdown and 10 targets here in this game. 20 targets at 2 games, so an average of 10 per game. I'll take my shot here that he'll score a touchdown and 10 targets for sure. Highly targeted. He's led the NFL in receiving touchdowns this year. He's obviously a good bet. Minus 145 odds. Pretty solid, actually. Can't believe I'm saying that for an anytime touchdown, but it's actually pretty solid. All right, for our second part here, we got Deebo Samuel, 70-plus receiving yards. He's cashed this line in 3 of his last 4 games versus the Rams, averaging 97.75 yards per game in those 4 games versus the Rams. So obviously, love to see that, guys. Samuel can get it done running the ball. He can get it done receiving. But I think in this particular spot, I really like him to get 70 receiving yards. This is an alternate line that I boosted up. His normal line is 50. So I boosted his line up to 50 to give us some plus odds, plus 194 on this particular play. And then for our third and final leg, we got Deebo Samuel, anytime touchdown. He has scored 5 touchdowns in 6 games versus the Rams in his career, cashing this line in 4 out of 6 games versus the Rams. So obviously love that. And overall, Samuel has cashed this line in 8 of his last 10 games, scoring a touchdown in 8 out of 10. So obviously we'd love to see that too. A lot of convincing data to that. I think there will be some points in this game, to be honest with you. We're going to be out in sunny California, which we always love that. So honestly, love it there, guys, for a same game parlay. I got the recommended amount in there. You could play more or less. I recommend really not going too much above this. I'm using my bonus play on this, but like I said, I do think it has a great shot to cash. So take it there for a same game parlay. Ship it. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 2,000 subscribers here by the end of the week, and I can't do it without your help. I really do appreciate all your guys' support here at the channel. I've had a lot of fun doing videos all year, ever since we started the channel back up in May, and a lot has happened since then. We've really grown. A lot has happened, and we got a long ways to go. Always looking to improve what we do here at the channel. Love to hear your guys' suggestions as well. Believe me, I'm all ears. And just, like I said, I want to grow together here as a community with all of you. And, check out our Discord, like I said, as well. It's one of our things that we've added throughout the year. It's really been a lot of fun. It's been a great way to get to know a lot of people. So it's been a lot of fun as well. We're winding down the NFL season. It's a little sad in some ways. I'm going to miss the NFL season here for a few months, but when we come back next year, we're going to come back better and ready, to crush it in the 2022 season as well. So, wish you guys the best of luck. Cash your bets. Let's get this 2-0 and cash this same game parlay. That would be absolutely phenomenal. Let's cash your bets as well. Let's crush it here in the NFL on Sunday. Appreciate all of you. Let's cash day. Have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you next time. Peace out.